The house was always silent after dinner. Evelyn would sit on the couch, scrolling through her phone, while Daniel watched the news. I'd quietly wash the dishes, pretending not to notice how little they spoke. Sometimes, I'd look at them and wonder if this was the same daughter who once held my hand crossing the street, the one who used to whisper, "Don't ever leave me, Mama." Now, it felt like I was just a visitor in my own child's home. At night, I'd sit by the window, watching the streetlights flicker. I told myself the silence meant peace, but deep down, I knew better. There was tension in the air, the kind that doesn't need words to be heard. And sometimes, silence screams louder than anything else. It started small, a missing teacup, a conversation that stopped when I entered the room. Daniel's smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. He used to call me Mom, but lately it had turned into just Margaret. Names change when hearts do. Evelyn tried to keep the peace. "He's just tired," she'd say. "Don't take it personally." But I saw it the way she avoided my gaze, the way she hesitated before asking me to stay longer. There were moments when I felt like an intruder, a shadow in their home. Every kind gesture felt rehearsed. Every thank you sounded hollow. One afternoon, I overheard Daniel on the phone, whispering about papers and property. His tone was cold, calculating. When he noticed me, he smiled, but his eyes stayed still. That night, while setting the table, Evelyn said, "Mom, you've done enough for us. Maybe it's time you rest, somewhere quieter." Her words were soft, but they hit like a storm. I smiled back because that's what mothers do. We hide the heartbreak behind calm faces, even when the ground beneath us starts to crack. 8 was close to midnight. I couldn't sleep. The walls felt too thin, the air too heavy. Then I heard them. Evelyn and Daniel, voices low, sharp, like blades scraping glass. I moved closer to the door, heart trembling in my chest. "She doesn't even know we've changed the documents," Daniel said. Evelyn's voice broke slightly. "She's my mother, Daniel. She's old, Evelyn. She won't understand. By the time she finds out, it'll be too late." For a moment, I forgot how to breathe. My own daughter, the child I fed, clothed, and prayed for, was silent. I stood there, frozen. Every word I heard cut deeper than any knife. When Daniel said, "We'll send her to the home next month," I finally understood. The house I helped build, the family I raised, had already decided my ending. That night, something inside me shattered quietly. And in the silence, a decision began to take root. I didn't move for a long time. Their words replayed over and over, each one colder than the last. Evelyn said she'd take care of me, that I'd always have a place. But promises are fragile when money's involved. I walked back to my room, careful not to make a sound. The clock ticked louder than my heartbeat. I sat on the bed, staring at my packed suitcase, one I'd never unpacked fully, just in case. I realized then, love can't survive where respect is lost. And sometimes, silence is not peace, it's punishment. That night, I didn't cry. I just stared out the window, listening to the same wind that once rocked my daughter to sleep. The same wind that would soon guide me away. I remembered the nights I worked 2 jobs so Evelyn could study. The birthdays I spent alone, saving money for her future. The day she married Daniel and I told myself he'd protect her heart. Funny, isn't it? How we raise our children to be strong, only to realize strength sometimes means turning away. I remembered her tiny hands gripping mine at the hospital when she was born. How she once said, "Mama, I'll never let you be alone." Now she had. Not out of hate, but something worse. Indifference. And that's when I knew I couldn't wait for love to return. I had to leave before they buried me in their silence. I moved like a ghost that night. The floorboards creaked under my slow steps, the air cold against my face. I took nothing but my purse, a photo of Evelyn as a child, and the strength I had left. When I opened the door, the night greeted me like an old friend. For the first time in months, I could breathe. The moonlight touched my face as if to say, "You're free." Behind me was a house filled with betrayal. Ahead, a road leading anywhere but there. Sometimes, survival looks like running away in silence. Morning light spilled into the empty room. Evelyn found my bed untouched, my things gone. She called my name once, twice, but only silence answered. Daniel said nothing. He didn't need to. Their son asked, "Where's Grandma?" And for the first time, Evelyn had no words, just tears. Some losses don't scream, they echo. Weeks later, I sat in a small apartment by the sea. No anger, no regret, just peace. Evelyn called once. I didn't answer. My silence said everything words could not. Revenge doesn't always need fire. Sometimes, it's simply walking away and letting guilt do the talking. Because the quietest goodbye is the loudest one of all. If this story touched you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Your support helps bring more powerful stories to life.